Hi friends, Coach Dave Daubenmire, just kind of giving my reaction here to the Watchmen conference we just experienced in Boise, Idaho. This is about the fourth one, I think. I lose track of time, but I think it's the fourth one that I've been part of. And this one is, man, I just tell you, each one of them seems to get deeper and deeper spiritually. I continue to be astounded by the number of people who love the Lord but are not in church. My goodness, it's really staggering. It tells us something is wrong in our local churches. And I'm not ready to give up on the churches. I'm not trying to criticize the churches, but the fact of the matter is people are hungry to hear the truth, and it's not coming from our pulpits. A couple things that really impressed me throughout the whole thing. I was really impressed. It was kicked off by Pastor Gallup. He spoke first thing on Friday, if I can keep my days right, the first speaker. And he did a great job of helping us understand this whole idea of Bible prophecy is moving throughout time. You know, 6,000 years go back to, you know, in the beginning God created the heaven and earth, and all the things that happened throughout history, from, you know, Moses to the flood, to the birth of Jesus, to the death or resurrection, to the book of Acts, the book of Revelation, to, golly, the forming of Great Britain, to America, to where we are today. The truth marches on, doesn't it? The truth marches on. And I like to use this illustration. We are like, I was a high school football coach. And we always, during the course of the game, I put on the headphones and I was on the sidelines. But we always had a coach who sat up in the press box. He was up above everything. And I use the illustration, it's like God. He sits high and he looks low. And the guy up in the press box always had a far better understanding of what was going on the field than I did, because he could see everything. I was looking at it flat. I couldn't see. But he was up high and he could see the end zones. He could see everything that was going on. And that's the position that God has. And unfortunately, so many of us, the way we live our lives, we're just the coach just standing on the sideline. And we're only able to see that little 10-yard segment maybe that's right in front of us, and we're missing the whole picture. And so here we are in 2017, and now we're focusing on, well, today it was the eclipse. We've had the blood moons, all these things about prophecy, and when in fact we're passing through time. What God said he was going to make happen, he is going to make happen. And we get bogged down because we expect things to happen in our lifetime. And then something else that, as I began to ponder after Pastor Gallup was finished, you know, we think God's an American. We think that the entire history of Christianity and the coming end times, we think it's all focused on what's going on in America. So we think, golly, things are getting worse because they're getting worse in America. But there are other parts of the world where maybe things are getting better. Maybe it's getting better in China. Maybe it's getting better in parts of Africa. Maybe it's getting better and brighter in certain areas of Europe. But we look at what's going on in America and say, man, this is it. End times are here. So you take all of that, and you know, all the speakers, they're all good. L.A. Marzulli and Russ Dizdar and Scott Clark and Michael Lake. I'm going to forget somebody. Josh Tolley. Man, they're all good. And all had a message that was really, really appropriate and really, really convicting. But my takeaway from it is the same as when I got here. We only have so much time. You and I, we only have so much time. We got to do something. We can't sit around and study the stars. It's okay to study the stars. Those are signposts, right? Rod Serling in Twilight Zone, there's a signpost up ahead. Next stop, the Twilight Zone. And it's okay to look at those signposts. But the signposts, they're not the end. It's not the end. Christ told us to occupy till I return. He said, hey, work while the sun shines, for a day cometh when no man can work. So I've come away from the Watchmen conference with the same thing I came with, and that's a greater urgency and commitment to go to work, to do something, to share the gospel, to stand up for righteousnness, to occupy till he returns. And part of this end time, Gary DeMar wrote a book called End Times Madness, and I'm not promoting the book, just I love the term. We're so focused on end time madness that we're being paralyzed and not doing the obvious thing that's right in front of us. So it was great great event. If you get a chance, maybe you can pick up some of the live stream and watch it. But just as important as that, watch for the next one. There are going to be more of these conferences as Mike and Jeannie take these around the nation. People are hungry. People are hungry. Let me encourage you with one more thing. Build a downline. Build a downline. Multi-level marketing, you understand that. Right where you are. Work hard to find people who are interested. Not everybody's interested, but you can find 5 who can, then you won't be alone anymore. And I'm reminded of this. That Jesus, when the boys were out fishing early in the Gospels, I think it was John, although it could have been Peter, I can't remember which one it was for sure. Jesus shows up and they're fishing and they're coming home and he says, "Hey boys, catch any fish out there today?" I'm paraphrasing, of course. Peter or John, whichever one, was kind of mad. Or maybe it was even Matthew. Kind of mad. Said, "No, we didn't catch any fish." And Jesus says, "Well, come on, let's go back out." Of course, they're mad. They've been working all day, hadn't caught any fish. When Jesus got on the boat, they took that boat back outside, and then he said the most profound thing. They threw their lines back in. They pulled them up. There was still no fish. And what did Jesus say? He said, "Hey, dudes, throw your line on the other side of the boat. Throw it on the other side." And that's what we got to do. We're fishing a lot inside the church. There are a lot of fish on the outside of the church. I think we'd do well if we changed our focus and began to do things maybe we haven't done before. God bless you. Bless you. Thanks for letting me be part of it.